This is Future Talk.
Future Talk.
Future Talk with Omnia Al Saleh and Hani Balkis.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, you're listening to Future Talk right here on Pulse 95. This is the one and only place where we bring you the latest in robotics, artificial intelligence, gadgets, and applications. All that you need to know about what's happening in the tech world, in the UAE, and around the world is being brought to you right here on Pulse 95. Big news happening in the UAE because we're talking all about the Science Oscar. An Emirati physicist made the UAE proud by winning a very honorable award that has to do with quantum physics. Who is he and what did he win? This is definitely something we're going to be revealing in just a few moments.
Yes, and we're not done with UAE news yet because a mini satellite has been developed by UAE students and it is set to launch this month.
Yes, indeed. Coming up on Future Talk as well, we're talking all about YouTube getting jealous from TikTok. Just like Instagram, YouTube is currently working on a TikTok competitor called YouTube Shorts. How does it work, and will it be able to win the hearts of all those TikTokers? Well, we just have time to tell.
Yes, and we're talking about Apple as is. Today is September 15th. The Apple event will be commencing today, and Apple is expected to release 2 new Apple Watch models this fall for the first time, and they're including a cheaper watch to rival its rival, Fitbit.
Yes, indeed. But the other rival, Samsung, is also expected to launch a lower cost S20 Ultra smartphone. Why are we all talking about becoming more economical all of a sudden? Because Apple is launching something cheaper as well as Samsung.
Yes, I mean, obviously I bet there's no money, that's why. But Oracle, it reportedly has won the deal for TikTok's U.S. operation as a trusted tech partner. Now, TikTok has been making headlines for the past couple of weeks now, ever since President Donald Trump did enforce a ban on the app and said you have 45 days for a U.S. company to secure the deal. Microsoft didn't make the cut, but it seems like Oracle is going to be the lottery winner.
It's crazy because you called this one into existence as well. Yes. Something with your predictions and Future Talk has been going well this past week. Lots and lots is going to be in store right here on Future Talk, so keep Pulse 95 locked, and we'll be right back.
Daily digital news. Bits and bytes connect our world.
Bits and bytes do connect our world, ladies and gentlemen, and an Emirati physicist has made the UAE proud. Now, it is not every day that people get the chance to applaud the accomplishments of one of their own for a breakthrough in science. Now, that is a big deal, ladies and gentlemen, having a breakthrough in science. And indeed, the honor of winning the Science Oscar did bestow upon the Emirati physicist Ahmed Al-Mheri for his research on black holes. And it is a matter of pride for the UAE and the wider Arab world.
Yes, indeed. Now, we've always heard about black holes. We've always seen them, portrayed in movies. We've watched different shows talk about them, but we never actually dove or dug deep into it when it comes to science. And parents and teachers now will be brushing up on their own science knowledge to explain to children what black holes are so that they can understand the significance of this discovery that Ahmed Al-Mheri was able to accomplish. Ahmed Al-Mheri, alongside 2 of his friends and his professor, were able to win the prize for New Horizons in Physics for calculating the quantum information content of a black hole and its radiation. So he was able to get a clearer picture on what is the black hole and how can we actually calculate its radiation.
Yes, Omni. Now, it is crazy. Now, I don't understand black holes that much, and it's a very hard subject to get into. Now, for someone, especially Emirati, to get into, make a breakthrough in science is amazing. Now, I mean, earlier this month, closer to home, we did hear another feat in science. Dr. Engin Zhao, an associate professor of physics at NYU Abu Dhabi, found a rare black hole at the center of a small and distant galaxy. Now, her research was actually funded by Mohammed bin Rashid Space Center, and the findings were published in the Astrophysical Journal, which is a big deal, ladies and gentlemen.
It is a big deal, and it is events like these that can definitely become a turning point in the early lives of those who even have just a mere interest in the workings of the universe. They can pivot their imaginations, and it can definitely encourage kids and students to pick up the encyclopedia, learn more about the vastness of science. Yes. And especially at the age that Ahmed Al-Mheri is in, he's a very young adult, and the doors he's been opening to all those students who have witnessed him get such an honorable, he got the Oscar of science. It opens doors for all those students, and it shows them that there is a great scope for learning more about the fields of science, the fields of space, and what the universe holds for all of us.
Now, Omnia, people like Ahmed al-Mahiri and Sultania, Hazal al-Mansouri, these are motivational and inspirational figures, especially as they are Emiratis, Muslims, and Arabs. Arabs across the world, Omnia, Muslims across the world, Emiratis right here in the UAE.
Look up to them.
Look up to these people and say, hey, listen, if they could do it, I could do it too. And that's the sole purpose and sole image of these people. They always say that, hey, we should all put our hand in hand together and fight for what we want. Look at our goals and focus on our studies, whether it's STEM, whether it's going all the way to space, and in general, study hard, work hard, and you will accomplish whatever you want. And again, they always say if they could do it, anyone could do it. But speaking about space, Omnia, we're talking about a mini satellite as well that was developed by UAE students to launch this month. So UAE students are doing a lot of big things, Omnia.
Yes, indeed, because a miniature satellite was actually developed by university students in the UAE to observe the country's climate, and it's going to be launching later this month. Now, this is definitely not the first satellite that UAE students have worked on. It's been a very eventful year for all those students, but this satellite in specific is called the Mizensat, and it was funded by the UAE Space Agency, built by engineering and science students in universities right here in the UAE. We're talking about Khalifa University as well as the American University of Ras Al Khaimah. Now, Mizensat's initial liftoff was actually scheduled for the end of 2019. However, it was actually delayed twice because of different weather conditions and different plans to launch other satellites as well. But this satellite will hopefully launch later this month, and we cannot wait to see it launch into sky.
Yes, Omnia. Now, they're probably wondering, what is CubeSat? Now, a CubeSat or a nanosat is a mini satellite that weighs between, listen, talk about a satellite. It weighs between 1 to 10 kilograms, and they are cost effective and are mostly used for school or university research projects. And their subsystems can often be bought by suppliers and even assembled by students. So we're saying that it's kind of like a DIY. It's called do it yourself.
Yeah, DIY.
Yeah,
DIY.
I forgot. It's called DIY, right?
Yeah, DIY.
Do it yourself. It's a do-it-yourself satellite. It's not that easy, but you get the idea of it.
Yeah.
And CubeSats do help students develop multi-skill sets, including creating software, programming, coding, assembling, engineering, and other technical skills. So it's a hands-on type of experience. And it's great to see UAE students kind of work together to build the satellite. I mean, I couldn't build a satellite. I'm 25 years old. It's hard to... What are you talking about, build a satellite?
Well, it's for university students who have actually majored in this. But for those of you who don't know, CubeSat is actually the type of satellite that Mizensat is. So, because we mentioned a lot of sats in this conversation. So Mizensat is actually a 3-unit CubeSat that was designed and developed by those students. And it was actually part of a project that they were all offered practical training on. And for those of you who may be wondering, you want to get into space, but you may have not studied it in university, or you may have not been that involved in science, even back in school. A lot of those students were not in space-related studies, but they did build their interest in the field and work hard to try and grow this passion that they had within them, expose themselves to more space projects, and involve themselves in practical application, which a lot of the times we do see this become a reality. Experience can speak a lot more than being book smart.
Yes, indeed, Omnia. I can tell you by that one now. A lot of people experience a lot of things in life, but they don't have degrees and they became multimillionaires. But I wanted you guys to text us in at 4215 or message us on Instagram at Pulse95 Radio and let us know, would you like to build a satellite? Would you like to be an Oscar-winning scientist? Would you like to have a breakthrough in science? Let us know, 4215 We're going to be taking a short break, but when we come back, we're going to jump into what, Omnia?
We're talking all about YouTube competing against TikTok.
Oh boy, I like these type of conversations.
Pulse 95.
Apps all around.
What's worth a click and download?
What's worth a click and download? That's a great question, ladies and gentlemen, but you already have this app downloaded because we're talking about YouTube and how they're rolling out its TikTok competitor, YouTube Shorts. Now, we've seen a lot of social media, a lot of people, a lot of companies trying to compete with TikTok. since TikTok is now booming, ladies and gentlemen, everyone is on TikTok. Even a lot of older people are on TikTok. Now, just like Instagram did with Reels, YouTube is rolling out a new short-form video creator, which will be called YouTube Shorts, and that the company hopes it will take some attention away from TikTok. Now, before we get into it, Umnia, I solely believe that YouTube has no chance.
Come on.
YouTube has zero chance.
This is where we can't agree.
YouTube has zero chance, Umnia.
Look, every content creator will come ahead and tell you that YouTube is actually one of the safest platforms to create content on.
100%. So is Instagram, Omnia. So is Twitter. So is Facebook. But at the same time, Omnia, if it's not going to feel the same. It's not going to feel the same because TikTok, they've mastered it, Omnia.
They've mastered it, but now, YouTube is also a video platform, so it has a chance.
YouTube, Omnia, did stories. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
It didn't succeed.
It did not succeed.
But why is that? Because they were actually copying Instagram, which is not a video platform.
They're copying TikTok as well.
TikTok has stories?
No, they're going to be talking TikTok.
But both TikTok and YouTube are video platforms, and that's exactly why I feel like YouTube does have a chance with that. But when it was Instagram copying TikTok, Instagram is not really a video-based platform.
I mean, it's a picture video-based platform.
Picture video, but not solely video.
Look at the smoothness when it comes to TikTok.
I agree.
Look, I'm showing her right now, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to see what I'm showing, girl.
I've seen TikTok.
Pulse 95 Radio on YouTube. Look at the smoothness. Look.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Now look at YouTube. I mean...
What? YouTube is also smooth.
It's YouTube.
So many people use it. They can all agree with me.
100%. You do have... I mean, smoothness in a way of transitions. Okay? Because I don't feel like, I mean, it's that simple.
Imagine...
To have something incorporated like TikTok. TikTok, Omnia, is I like to believe, and you can quote me on this when they come out with YouTube Shorts.
Okay.
Listen, I'm against what TikTok does when it comes to data, blah, 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 blah. But, Omnia, they have went to a level of creativity that, look, Instagram has been out for a while. Snapchat has been out for a while. Snapchat actually came out with these type of filters and morphing your face and stuff like that. TikTok kind of incorporated all of that
into one
and did their own thing. And don't forget, Omnia, TikTok doesn't have a problem like YouTube has a problem.
In terms of copyright.
Yes, indeed, Omnia.
See, this is definitely one thing that they're going to have to really work on, because we've seen a lot of YouTube content creators who are also on TikTok who would want to share their TikTok videos on YouTube
and they
struggle
with,
it would basically be a silent TikTok that you'd watch on YouTube.
And even Instagram, Omnia, I want you to go on the radio or something or play a music video. Play a music video and take an Instagram story.
Yeah.
Okay? Or if you upload a video on Instagram,
sometimes it'll tell you copyright claim.
It's copyrighted. TikTok doesn't have that problem.
It doesn't, but I do see hope for YouTube actually fixing that.
Okay.
So if they're not, because listen to me on this one. They're not creating the TikTok. You're not going to be creating the TikToks on YouTube. They're creating an extension of YouTube called YouTube Shorts.
But see, Omnia, for someone to do that, now why are a lot of little kids, a lot of people who don't have that much editorial
knowledge,
experience or knowledge on TikTok? It's TikTok is very easy, Omnia. You have so many filters, options, colors, this, etc. So to have everything built into one application, Omnia, it is revolutionary, especially because the editing on it is actually top notch. I don't know if you've made a TikTok. I've messed around with it. I never posted it, obviously. I messed around with it.
I'd want to see that.
I deleted it. I can't keep that type of blackmail on myself, you know? And it's great. And the way that they have TikTok set up, I feel like if someone wants to compete with them, it's going to be very, very hard. They might get somewhere, but I don't think they're going to reach that level.
Okay, let's have everyone tuning into us right now share their thoughts with us. Do you believe that YouTube Shorts has a chance, or that TikTok will win over all competition? But for you to be able to make a good decision about this, let's give you a little bit more details on what is YouTube Shorts. So YouTube Shorts is going to be very similar to TikTok. So it'll allow you to make 15-second videos. You can set music in the background to them, and all of this music will be available through an in-product music picker feature. So basically, YouTube will provide you with about 100,000 of tracks that they'll be working with music artists, labels, publishers, and they'll continuously be expanding the choices of music. But for the beginning, it'll be a choice of music that YouTube actually provides. all those videos will be appearing in a homepage in a row, just like TikTok does. And this app, as we mentioned, will be called Shorts instead. An example of how Shorts appears is very similar to how TikTok would appear. So you'll have a countdown, you'll start recording, you can edit and trim the music as you wish. But YouTube is going to try to get as many people to use its new Shorts feature. And this is nothing new because we've also seen Instagram basically also pay a lot of content creators to try out Reels so that they can also market it themselves. Now, the Create icon that will be rolled out with the Shorts beta version on Android will also be coming onto iOS devices pretty soon. There's currently no estimate for when Shorts may appear in other countries apart from the US, but it is in the making.
Now, Omnia, yes, YouTube does get around 2 billion monthly users a month. I am one of that 2 billion, Omnia. I'm invested into YouTube a lot. I get a lot of my information, whether it's documentaries, content creating, a funny video. YouTube is the place to go. It's the number one video streaming platform.
Yeah.
I'll give you that, Omnia.
Okay.
But let's say, for example, Omnia, I feel like YouTube is also type of like a Netflix.
It is.
Now imagine Netflix trying to incorporate something like that. So you're used to Omnia watching a 1 minute or 1 minute videos on YouTube are not that great, but let's say a 2 to 3 minute to 45-minute video on YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. How are you going to implement that 15-35 second on the app?
So
you get what I'm saying?
I agree with you on that one. But I feel like if they
your user base is used to having that
long format video,
long format, used to.
But there's also the autoplay feature on YouTube. So if you, let's say, want to catch up on your favorite TikToker, or in this case, it's going to be called a shorter.
And now, Omnia, how does this work with the website?
What do you mean?
YouTube.com.
You can also turn
on
autoplay.
desktop.
You can play.
No, not autoplay. I'm talking about watching the what they call the YouTube Shorts.
Yeah, but they'll be in the form of a row, so they'll basically play right after each other.
So Omnia, so it's not gonna have that touch like it will have on mobile. Now Omnia, you've.
But you can also open TikTok on your desktop, and it won't have that sense of
You can?
Yeah, you can, but
see.
it won't have like the whole touch feature, and you'll still have to click on every video separately. I feel like a platform, they'll have to work on their user interface.
How many people use TikTok.com?
And how many people? A lot of people watch YouTube on desktop.
I'm telling you, Omnia. So the format of the video, it's not gonna look clear. It's not gonna be that best type quality when it's on the desktop. But if you have the app, obviously on your phone, because YouTube's main approach to it is to create more mobile creativity.
Yeah.
Now, why is TikTok accelerating the way it is? Because you have mobile creativity and content creators can create content through their mobile phone. They don't need Adobe Photoshop. They don't need a Premiere, Final Cut Pro, etc.
Yeah.
They can do everything in-house.
They're doing quick edits on Shorts too, but I don't know how good are they going to be in comparison to TikTok.
Yeah, let us know, guys, what you think. 4215 Salah. We're taking a short break, but when we come back, we're talking all about the watches.
Yes, indeed. Apple and Samsung are both creating lower cost products. What's that all about? Keep Pulse 95 locked. We'll be right back.
Gadget of the day.
New tech you might want to play with.
Pulse 95.
Every September tends to be called the month of Apple, and that's because we all wait so impatiently for the day Apple launches all of its new products. Hopefully and possibly the new iPhone 12 will also be launched later today, but for all those of you who want to actually tune into the event, it'll be live on their website at about 9 p.m. UAE time. But in case you don't want to watch it, we can give you an in-depth review tomorrow, so make sure you tune in as well tomorrow at 2 p.m. for a future talk. But there has been a lot of speculations that Apple will be launching 2 new smartwatches this year, and hear me on this one, because one of those will be a cheaper rival to the Fitbit.
Yes, Omnia. Now, I'm very excited to talk about this because, I'm the Apple fanboy, ladies and gentlemen. But one model will succeed the Apple Watch Series 5, which is the most recent watch that Apple did debut last year, while the other one would replace the almost 3-year-old Series 3, which Apple does plan to sell alongside the Series 5 at a cheaper price. Now, the Series 3 replacement would be designed to rival an inexpensive competing watches like the Fitbit, and we're talking about, there's actually a lot of watches now. I don't know if you know the Huawei Watch, Omnia.
Yes.
I saw that one. That's a nice watch.
It does look
It
nice.
is nice and it's cheap.
Is it the round one or
Yes.
is it the... Because there
Round.
was another one that
Yeah,
was
I saw-
actually like horizontal.
I saw my friend last night, Omnia, in the gym. He had the Huawei Watch on.
The round one?
It
looks sleek, I
beautiful.
know.
It's amazing. Now, Apple did not actually immediately respond to the rumors about it because obviously, Omnia, when
They love their secrecy.
they love their secrecy, they like to surprise the world.
Yeah.
But with launching two new watches instead of one, it would represent a notable departure from Apple's usual strategy. Now, Apple would usually do 1, 2, 3, 4. That's
Yeah.
the way we're going. Now, the company does typically sell an older watch model alongside the newest one at a cheaper price, which does give the customers more choice and flexibility when it does come to their budget.
And
Because
we've seen that whenever Apple launches a new iPhone, the older ones tend to kind of drop just a little bit in price so that people can actually go ahead and purchase them if they were waiting for them to become a bit cheaper. So with this new strategy of theirs to launch two watches at the same time, one cheaper and one that is actually the succession of the Apple Watch Series 5, it's definitely a new strategy, but it reminds me of when Apple started launching the iPhone SE or the iPhone XR, because that was another format of basically adapting to their customers' budgets. You know, it was a cheaper iPhone with still great capabilities, great benefits, but at a cheaper price.
yes, Omnia. Now that's what Apple is trying to do because we know that Apple products are on the line of premium products.
Yes.
Now, with Apple, we did speculate this, you and I, a couple of months back when they were releasing the iPhone SE2,
Yeah.
that Apple wants that all of its customers, everyone across the globe, has access to an Apple device. Now, with a cheaper Apple Watch, that means people are going to be more opted to buy a watch and thus buy an Apple product or Apple phone.
Rather than, like, let's say a Fitbit because it's cheaper.
Yes, rather than a Fitbit and stay on their Android, for example.
Yeah.
So again, this comes back to the ecosystem of Apple's. Apple's ecosystem is the best, not one of the best, the best when it comes to synchronization, connectivity, etc. So when you're having these watches come in at a cheaper price and Apple saying, hey, we'll have more phones at a cheaper price, you won't get the top premium quality, but you're still getting a premium type of service. Now, having this approach that Apple is doing, they're changing a lot of their strategies. So I see as a kind of an advantage to the Apple product and the Apple lineup that more and more people will be in contact with Apple devices.
I agree with you on that one, but I'm also seeing Fitbit try to raise that bar of competition with the newest watch that they were launching, which was the Sense, that could measure your stress levels. And on the other hand, you have Apple also announcing that potentially their new Apple Watch may also be able to measure your oxygen levels and have a lot better water resistance. So both of them are competing with very high measures and great features, but the question is, which one would you go for? Slide into our DMs at Pulse 95 Radio on Instagram. Let us know, or text us in at 4215 do Ittisalat. Would you go for a Fitbit or would you go for an Apple Watch if they launch a cheaper version as well?
Now, Omnia, I would go for the Apple Watch. You know why?
Because you're the Apple fanboy.
Not only that, Omnia. Now, I stumbled upon this and I took it into consideration. So with the Apple Watch, there's no rich and poor. So someone who could be a multi-millionaire wears an Apple Watch, yet someone, a normal human being, could wear an Apple Watch as well. It's not a sign or a trademark of wealth like the Rolexes, normal watches in general.
Okay.
So when you have an Apple Watch, it does show a sense of a premium type of person. So we've seen a lot of rich people wear the Apple Watch and use the Apple Watch daily. And it
But
does.
so with the Fitbit. A lot of people do.
So with the
wear
Fitbit, you're right, Omnia. But with the Apple Watch, I mean, a lot of people can agree with me on this. That the Apple Watch, no matter it's who it is, they're
They'll
all on
wear
the
it.
same line. They're all on the same line, and it all gives you that premium type of feel,
True.
whether you're rich or you're a normal human being.
And you get the same features, so
get the same
you
features,
don't
so-
have to pay a subscription fee or anything like that, like you would with a Fitbit.
Yes, 100%. Let us know, 4215 do Ittisalat. Would you get an Apple Watch? Do you agree on me with I'm saying that Apple Watches have no type of market. The rich and normal can buy it as well.
True. But we're also looking at Samsung hopefully launching a lower cost phone.
Yes, indeed.
This, I think it's coming up this month,
Yes.
by September 23. So lots and lots is going to be coming up in terms of more economical gadgets.
Economical guys is something I like, Omni, because we've been seeing a lot of high, expensive price tags that you actually might have to get a loan to buy them.
I know. I mean, especially if Apple decides to launch the folding iPhone. I mean,
They're out of luck.
you'll have to get a loan
You're out
to
of
be
luck,
able
yes.
to buy that phone. Let us know your thoughts. Slide into our DMs at Pulse 95 Radio or text in at 4215. Do it Salat. But coming up on Future Talk, we are settling the TikTok drama, or we're at least announcing the results of the TikTok drama once and for all.
Mm-hmm.
We finally have a buyer for TikTok US.
I feel like I'm selling it,
I know. I feel like I'm finally settling a deal.
negotiating it.
I know. Let us know. Keep Pulse 95 locked because we're going to be back in just a few moments.
Check this out. Check this out. Pulse 95.
Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm very excited to talk about TikTok.
I'm relieved.
Now, a lot of people probably know me that for a brief second, I didn't like TikTok that much. I thought it was dumb, immature, but it's grown on to me, Omnia. I watch TikTok a lot. I watch a lot of TikToks, Omnia.
So you're no longer a reeler?
I'm no longer a reeler, and I was heavily invested in the negotiations with TikTok and Microsoft on who wants to buy TikTok, whether it was Oracle or Microsoft. Now, yesterday we did find out that TikTok said no to Microsoft. Microsoft did propose. TikTok said, no, I'm going for the better partner, which is Oracle.
Yes, indeed. So Oracle apparently has won the deal to manage TikTok US cloud operations. Now, we do need to make it clear that TikTok, we're only talking about TikTok in the US. TikTok right here in the MENA region is completely safe, and in other parts around the world, it's completely safe. But Oracle has been rumored to be part of the bidding process to acquire TikTok US for quite a while. I was honestly quite astonished to see Oracle actually basically want to even acquire TikTok to begin with. But it makes sense. Everyone wanted a piece of the cake, and TikTok, ByteDance, the company that owns TikTok, has made its decision. It possibly wanted the cloud technologies. That's, I think, what won Oracle over Microsoft in this case.
Now, Omnia, I believe that TikTok did kind of say, hey, maybe I do want Microsoft to buy TikTok for the US and New Zealand and Australia operations. So I believe they sat down in the meeting room. I'm going to tell you how it went. They sat down in the meeting room.
You were there.
I was there. I wish to be a fly on the wall in that meeting room. And they were there and they were talking, and they said probably Microsoft wanted a bigger cut of controlling and managing TikTok. And TikTok didn't want that. I solely believe that TikTok wanted to stay in control. They wanted to manage the service. They wanted to manage everything. And they just needed someone to put their back on, which was Oracle. Said, hey, we don't mind you using our cloud services. We have a lot of cloud services for you to use. You can use our servers, use everything. We'll buy it from you, but you manage it and you control it. Now, a lot of companies do that, Omnia, like with Amazon and Souk.com. They said, hey, keep your infrastructure, keep everything, keep your warehouses. We're going to buy it from you. And the CEO is still working on it, too. We're going to buy it from you. You're going to keep everything. Just change the name to Amazon.
I mean, it makes sense because if it's working, why change
what's
it?
Not broken, don't fix it.
Exactly. And that's definitely what's been the case with Oracle. Now, as you know, or as a lot of people know, Oracle does have a lot of cloud technologies, which would make sense why TikTok would choose it over Microsoft if the issue that the US has with TikTok is safety and privacy of its users and having TikTok basically breach that. So if Oracle can actually ensure that the information of TikTokers in the US is safe and sound, then, well, why not?
And I'm 100% sure, Omnia, that the CEO of ByteDance does tune into Future Talk.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And they were influenced by me and talking about Microsoft's past failures.
Oh, my Lord.
Yes, because we talked about how Skype, I think it was called Mixer.
Yes.
A couple of other services that they acquired, Omnia, and it
Didn't
flopped.
succeed.
It flopped. Didn't even succeed. It flopped. It failed. And they were like, hey, man, this Hani Balqis guy, I like what he says, and I'm going to go by what he's saying. And they were like, you know what? forget it. We're not going with Microsoft. Hani says no, that means no. So they're saying, let's go to the next best thing, which was Oracle. And Oracle was ready to pay more for it.
Yes, they were. And they actually made up their mind an hour after they said no to Microsoft. So an hour...
Done deal.
Exactly. An hour after, they announced that Oracle will be acquiring TikTok in the US, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. Now, another, I think, piece of information that helps make all of this a bit more understandable is the fact that Oracle actually has a history of collaborating with the US government. And we do know that Donald Trump did want a slice of the cake whichever company acquired TikTok in the US. So it is definitely a very strategic move for TikTok to pick Oracle, since they are trying to collaborate with the White House.
When you listen to me, Omnia, that's what happens. The best advice giver. That's me, Hani Balqis. And I'm 100% sure, Omnia, because we were speculating it. I was speculating. I was telling you, listen, Omnia, I don't believe Microsoft's going to get that deal no matter what kind of dollar they put on it. Because Microsoft fails when it acquires something that they have zero experience
But
in.
it's sad that it came, the deal literally came an hour after they refused Microsoft.
You know what that's like, Omnia? That's like a man proposing to a woman.
And
she says no.
Yeah.
And then 2 hours later, you see her marrying her cousin.
Yes.
So that's basically what happened. I mean, whoever was negotiating that deal probably felt really hurt.
I know.
He had to go back to the office and said, like, hey, guys, I didn't get it.
Like, it would have been nice for TikTok to announce it like a day later, maybe 2 days later.
TikTok is heartless.
Nope, an hour right
the
after.
The CEO of TikTok is a heartbreaker.
I mean, they did have a deadline that was set by Donald Trump, 45 days. And I think September 15th was one of the days for the deadline. So
I mean, if I could do a mic drop right now, I'd probably do it. I called it, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys want advice for seeking, I'm a sage, ladies and gentlemen. When I say something and I speculate something, it happens.
Well, there you go. We have finally settled the TikTok drama.
Hani
has settled the TikTok drama. So he's so proud of himself.
Of course I am.
So proud for predicting it.
I was very heavily invested in it. I looked at blogs, I looked at forums, I was reading, and I knew it.
Well, I guess
you know what? You know how they say "qalb al-um"?
Wow,
yes.
He is the mother of TikTok right now.
Yes, that was qalbi. It was telling me, my heart was telling me that listen. So, ladies and gentlemen, word of advice: listen to your gut, listen to your heart, and always listen to Hani Balqis.
Well, you have wise words coming out right here on Future Talk. Future Talk is coming to an end, but we will be back once again tomorrow at 2 p.m.
For all the advice Hani needs to give you.
Oh my Lord. We should change it instead of Future Talk, Advice Talk with Hani Balqis. Well, there you have it. Future Talk is coming to an end, but we will be opening the airwaves for Afternoon Karak. The Dream Team, they have lots and lots to share with you about the latest news in the movie and TV shows industry. So if you are a fan and if you are looking for a few shows to tune into, you gotta stay tuned to Aisha Al-Mazmi and Mikhail Atiyah.
And tomorrow is an exciting day, and tonight is an exciting night because the Apple event will be talked about around 9 p.m. And tomorrow we got all the details on it.
The heart of Sharjah. This is Pulse 95.
95. Heart of Sharjah.